Hi, this is Rachel from Full Swing Tennis. This video we're going to talk about the return of serve. So it's been said that the serve is the most important shot in tennis, but I definitely think the return of serve is one you want to practice, because if you can't break your opponent's serve, you can't win matches. And if you have a really strong return of serve, then it takes pressure off your serve. So I wanted to start with where to stand. So the more common plan is to start back on the baseline for the first serve, and then people usually come in a little bit on the second serve. What I like to do is start back on the baseline, and then as my opponent throws the ball up, I'll sneak in a little bit just to avoid giving them a target. The other thing I like to do there is I'll stand in close to the center mark and give them the idea that they've got all this room out wide. But as soon as they throw the ball up, I'm going to move out wide to cover that area. So one thing I do see a lot of in young tournament players, they stand back on the baseline every time, and every time they end up running in to meet the return. And it's not just once, it happens every shot, because it doesn't occur to them to move in. So you want to pay attention to where your opponent is serving the ball. So a good idea is to anticipate where in the service box the ball's going to land. And a way of doing that is to watch the ball toss. So if your opponent throws the ball more to their right if they're a right-hander, left if they're a left-hander, then expect a slice serve. If the ball toss is more over their head or behind them, then expect a kick serve. Another way you can anticipate where the ball's going to land is by watching where your opponent stands. So quite often people move out wide further if they're going to hit a kick serve or a slice serve. So often I see people standing in really close to the center mark, and that's to cover their backhand. But in effect, what you really want to do is stand a big foot just inside the singles mark, and that'll cover any short balls or extreme angles. And you want to do that both on the ad side and the deuce side of the court. Some important points: when returning a hard serve, you just want to block the ball back. So just use the pace that's already there, and just like a brick wall, just shield the ball back into the court. And generally you want to hit it back in the direction it came. So if they hit it out wide, then you're going to be returning it out wide back in their court. And that's because it's harder to change the direction on a hard ball. The other thing is you want to try and really take advantage of the slow balls and put those away as hard as you can, as often as you can, because that places pressure on your opponent to hit hard serves, therefore forcing them to make more errors. So just before or as your opponent contacts the ball, you want to take a bunny hop step, so you're ready to move to the left or to the right. And then as soon as you see off your opponent's strings that it's a forehand, you just want to turn and get your racket back. Usually you have a shorter backswing on the return of serve. And then you just want to load that weight on that inside foot and then really push off, contact the ball, and then land on your outside foot. And again, the same thing on the backhand side. As soon as your opponent contacts the ball, you want to take a bunny hop and then just turn and get your racket back, push off that inside foot, and then land on your outside foot. So just another few quick tips. If you play doubles, you might want to return the ball back at the service feet or at the chest of the net player. Other than that, just try and practice your return of serves. Remember just to try and block those hard serves back into the court and put the slow ones away as hard as you can. So if you have any questions, please email me, and thanks for watching fullswingtennis.com.